Hi and welcome to another video. Today I really wanted to give an update on my South African big birding year, which I've been running since the beginning of the year. I've been trying to spot as many birds as I can here in South Africa, here in KZN especially, and I did travel a bit to Joburg and saw a couple of interesting birds there. Those videos are all on my channel so far, but I wanted to give you an update about June and July, which were some really exciting months, and my list got up to 87 birds by the end of July, so that's really exciting, with not even really having to actively try to find these birds. It just kind of, they came into existence on my day-to-day kind of happenings, which is really cool. So I've also been making some artworks about these beautiful birds, and I'll put a couple of those pictures into this video as well. But let's start with going through the list of all the birds seen in June. So the very first bird was on the 14th of June, and it was the African dusky flycatcher, which is really exciting because I did see a different kind of flycatcher earlier in the year. I think it was in March. So this was a slightly different one. I hope I'm getting this identification accurate, but it was from what I could see an African dusky flycatcher, and it's such a cute little bird. It's really exciting to see. So that was the first bird that was here in KZN. And then the second bird was one I've never seen before, which is always an exciting spot, and this was a chorister robin, which was so interesting because its body is it's got this triangular black over its eye, and then it's got a very orange body. And yeah, this was exciting. It's a different kind of robin to have seen. I have seen another robin earlier in the year, but yeah, I loved seeing this one as well. And that was also here in KZN. Then on the 14th as well, so the 14th was the day of just seeing 3 new birds, which was really cool. I also saw a Greater Honeyguide, which is my first time seeing one, and it happened to just land at this bird bath and basically just out of nowhere, and I was like, what is that bird? I've never seen one of those before. So that was also a super exciting bird, and yeah, also here in KZN. Then on the 22nd of June I saw a black collared barbet, which is not a new bird for me, but it is a new bird on this list for this year because I've seen a couple of them throughout the year already, but I was never able to get a photograph or get a video of one. So I'm so glad to finally have gotten to add this bird to my list because they are such cool birds and I love seeing them. We get them quite a lot in this area, so that was also really exciting to be able to add that to the list. And then on the 22nd as well was also another first for me, which was the southern bobo. At first I kind of thought this was a different bird, so I hope this identification is correct, but the southern bobo, if it is that, it landed under this spot of water that was coming down, and it was just having this lovely little bath, just enjoying its time, and I was about a meter away from it. Didn't move, it was just happily enjoying the water. So I managed to get some really cool photos, really cool videos of the southern bobo. Hopefully that is the correct identification. It looked to me a lot like a what is the name? The kugel, the Birchall's kugel. That's what I initially first thought it was, but then on closer examination I think it is the southern bobo. So that was all for June. So June's was 5 different birds that I saw, and that brought the list up to 82. And then if we move on to July, July was also an exciting month, and the very first spot of the month was so unique. It was so cool to see, and also very unique for this area because I saw this bird as well in KZN, and I was not near any game parks or anything like that. So this was actually on a farm. I saw a group of ground hornbills. So they flew onto this roof of a farm building, and we just happened to look out the window and saw them there. So we ran with the camera to go see if we could get a better photo. Unfortunately I only had my phone camera, so it's not the greatest of shots, but it was really cool to see. They hung out for a little bit and then they like flew off. So that breaks the myth of ground hornbills going by the name of ground hornbills. They really do fly, so got proof of it on video. So that was a super exciting bird. Such a big bird, and one of the first spots for me ever. Never seen them, always wanted to see one but never have, so that was really cool. And then on the 9th of July, this was also a new spot for me. It was the Black Crowned Tchagra. I don't know if I'm saying that right or how to say it. The Black Crowned Tchagra. And it's a type of bush shrike, but it is also a really unique bird. It's got kind of interesting colorings on it. So I spotted this bird also just like here in KZN, hopping along the ground, eating different like insects and worms, looking for things. And yeah, also a really interesting bird to see. And over the course of the next couple of days I saw it a few times, so it was nice to like see this bird hanging out and being around. And then on the 11th of July, I saw the yellow-throated longclaw, which is a different kind of longclaw to the orange-throated longclaw, Cape longclaw, I think, that I had seen earlier. I think in March I saw them. So this was a yellow-throated longclaw, which was exciting to see also here in KZN. And there were a couple of them hanging out on top of a bush close to some water, and yeah, it was really nice to spot this as well. Quite small birds. I feel like maybe a little bit smaller than the Cape longclaw, but I can't be like 100% certain because it was quite a distance that I saw them from. And then the fourth bird of the month on the 26th of July was the African Hoopoe, which is also a super exciting spot. I love these birds. This bird was actually one of my emblems of my school growing up. I think my high school had the African Hoopoe as the emblem. So it was exciting to see this bird. I have actually seen them earlier in this year, but like with the barbets, I wasn't able to get any photos or videos. I'm finally able to spot one again. I was like holding out for it, please, African Hoopoe. So it's so exciting to see that again. And got some hardy daws flying over. But yeah, that was really exciting to see. Super glad to have got that on photo and video to officially put it onto this list. And then the last bird for July, which is also very exciting, was the spur-winged goose. And this goose is like really big. We saw it in a farm field as well. It was on the 26th as well. And just really cool to see. It was kind of hanging out with an Egyptian goose as well. And it was close to water, so it sort of was walking on the farmland, and then we saw it also go in the water. So it was kind of cool to see it on the water because you notice how big they really are compared to other like ducks and geese. So yeah, exciting to see a spur-winged goose. And that brings the list of June and July to 87 birds. And now I'm going to show you some of my artworks that I've been doing so far this year of a couple of different birds that I've spotted throughout the year. And definitely check out my other videos from early in the year. I'll link those down below, as well as a video posted in May which showed the 3 birds that I saw in May, which are also very exciting. So yeah, so far this year is going really well, and hope you enjoyed this video, maybe learned some more about a couple of different birds. Yeah, I think it's been an exciting month of bird spotting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the year has to show.